Hey Scorpios, welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your February 2020 reading. I've already started shuffling and pulling out some cards here to see where we're at. And we're using the Egyptian Tarot. Fun stuff. If you guys haven't, do check out your yearly read. There's astrology specifically for you for the whole year ahead, and it's a doozy of a year, so check it out. As well as cards for each month. Put a lot of work into it. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. February. February goes from Aquarius and into Pisces, fellow water sign. And that's usually a very good time for you in terms of creativity, getting back into the feels, especially emotionally, in terms of romance, and also, again, in terms of what you want to create, in terms of your creativity, feeling more emotionally tied and excited in those areas. So it's interesting to see. I mean, well, it's not surprising. I kind of have gathered that you guys have been feeling a certain type of way, and it's not from my own personal experience with the Scorpios, but Five of Scepters reversed, Chariot of Osiris reversed here are your first two cards out for how you guys are, where you're at right now. Because I like to kind of see where we're at in the beginning of February, where we're coming from as we move into this month. And Five of Scepters reverse, and again, oh my God, what is this? The Chariot of Osiris. Sorry, I have a hard time reading upside down. And I'm like, what does that say? Chariot of Osiris reverse. For me, this feels very attacked. You guys feel under attack, and you feel that it is, stopped you from gaining some type of success, from doing your best in something, from really showing the world, what you have. If somebody or something that kind of seemed like small fish ended up being a lot more frustrating for you than maybe you wanted to admit at first. But here we are. The Chariot of Osiris here is reversed, and this chariot, when it's upright, is all about triumph. It's all about, having the honors, having the fame, having the success, having all the good stuff here, and being able to move very freely into it, having people really look up and say, wow, you're doing great, and you deserve all this, all the credit that you're getting. But when it's reversed, and especially with that Five of Wands reversed in front of it, we feel that somebody has come up against us, maybe more than one person. We kind of are feeling attacked, bullied, put down by somebody or something, and it has stopped us in our minds here from getting where we want to go. Why are you stopping me? I'm on this train here and I'm doing fine, and I want to be having this success, all this good stuff, and what the hell? The Slave of the Sword comes up next, trying to figure out what's going on. You're trying to look for maybe your opportunity to get back, to get your revenge, to stick your stake in this, or even just to get a word in edgewise. For some of you, it feels like you're trying to figure out what's going on, trying to discern, what the hell do I do next? I'm stuck here carrying these 10 scepters, these 10 wands. The 10 of Wands is a lot of oppressive energy. I'm carrying way too much here. Things are beyond what I can do. I'm carrying everybody else's responsibilities and their downfalls as well as my own, and I don't understand why I'm doing that. Why am I carrying your crap as well as my own? Why do I have to now deal with this extra anxiety, this extra work, this extra crap? It's frustrating. I know you guys are frustrated. You're frustrated. Something you feel is really blocking you from getting where you were on your path to go. So let's start pulling some cards here. I'm going to go with the Hobbit deck and see what your energy is at the beginning and then at the end of this month. Scorpios. It's a complicated month for you, and honestly, this is the second time I've had to do your video. I shot one yesterday, and it was a rough one, and I went to upload it, and it was just corrupted, gone. That's that. So I kind of took that as a sign that maybe that went a little bit deep, and I got really into your energy there, and it was dark. It was a dark read, I'll be honest. It wasn't exactly very happy. It had a lot of trials for you guys to overcome, a lot of things that you need to face and then let go of. For some of you, it's deep-seated loss. and pain that maybe you've held on to from losses throughout, the past decade. It's like a decade's worth of some really dark stuff coming up this month. I don't know what triggered it. Maybe it was that annoying thing where now, you're not going on your path of success and you're having to really sit and look at some things over the past decade that have really hurt you, that have been major losses. And it was rough. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to hopefully get you guys out of that dark space there and see how we can get back on the horse. And if you are dealing with losses, with really heavy stuff that did come up over the past decade, and you didn't maybe go to therapy or talk to somebody about it, maybe you didn't do what you needed to do in terms of caring for yourself and getting yourself through that you needed to. Maybe you didn't handle it the best way, but now is the time for you to look at that and handle it better. And to do something about it now rather than let it get any worse, let your heart grow any colder, let the pain get any deeper and start affecting you in different ways. It's like, when you get, when you have like a tooth infection, then eventually it goes into your bloodstream if you just let it go. And then to your heart, to your brain, and you die. And you don't want certain parts of you to die in terms of how you can feel, how you can perceive things. So it's time to really deal with some deep-seated wounds and work on them. This is a month about watching and working. It doesn't really show him actively doing anything, and that's a very different Eight of Coins. It's almost like an Eight of Cups, because we see them crossing the river here, and that's often an image that you see with the Eight of Cups. And yet he's kind of watching them be like, okay, so they stepped over on this rock, that rock, this rock. How am I going to get over there now? I need to go around this way, and then I need to do exactly what they're doing so I can get over safely and not fall in and not have something go wrong. It's trying to really discern what is the best way forward and how I'm going to do it, just by looking at how other people are doing things, by perceiving something from a different perspective, maybe learning from others. Again, we have a lot to learn this month. It feels like, so maybe that Chariot isn't going forward because if it wants to go, if you really want it to be going forward, you're going to have to do some solid internal work. And again, if it doesn't resonate that way for you, don't take it. I'm not saying that all of you have had some extremely heavy losses over the past decade, but you are Scorpios. And Scorpios and Tauruses are known to go through some really deep, dark, transformative, difficult passages in life. So I know most of you probably have had. So let's see here. We're going to look at what your focus is this month and your goals. I knew this card was coming up. I just knew it. It's like, I knew I had to use this deck because I knew this card was going to come out, and here it is. Sometimes being a reader, it just be like that. I don't know. I've seen other readers have the same type of thing go on a couple times, but Four of Cups, here it is, and I knew it was coming out because that's where we're at. We don't really see what that cup is that needs to be reached out to us. The answer is. We might be sitting here and saying, I can't really figure out the answer to move forward here. I don't really know what to do. I don't really understand why I'm stuck here. There's a lot of dissatisfaction with where we're at, and also confusion as to where am I going to go from here. Okay, I really like that. Honestly, I don't even think that we need another card for focus and goals, because this feels like it's it. Like, this is just it. Four of Cups and then the Eight of Cups. Your focus and your goals. Your focus is on why you're stuck, where we're at here, and how the hell are we going to get to that Eight of Cups. Your goal is to move on. For some of you, it's physically, I just want to move. I want to move out of this job. I want to move to a new place. I need to move on. It's time to go. I'm not happy here. I'm clearly not happy here. And the Four of Cups is really wanting to just double and get there. And as a Scorpio, you're like, I think I can hit that transformation button. I think I can do something about this. So we're going to look at how this all kind of plays out here now. Okay. So let's look at your major obstacles and events. Your defining events, your major obstacles for February 2020, Scorpio. Wow. This is a really interesting one for you, huh? This is a really interesting reading. There will be battles. There will be... Let me just put these down for a second and just look at what's already come out. You will need to overcome this energy. And this is really where we get the major obstacles. But these don't define us. These are your obstacles. It's like so clearly cut, this read. And sometimes it's not like that, especially in a Piscean season. But Scorpio, I don't know. There's something about Pisces season and Aquarius season that's like making you define, or like almost like compartmentalize and slowly understand areas of your life here. Aquarius season might have you kind of feeling, but and a lot more confused and in your head about it. But Pisces season has you feeling your way through it in a much more natural way that actually makes a lot more sense for you as a water sign. And I shouldn't be surprised, but here we are. 5 of Swords, Strength card, 10 of Wands. It's like there will be things that are really going to point out and pick at the areas of your life that you need to strengthen, that you need to, you know, have more courage, more perseverance, more oomph in yourself, honestly, more energy to put behind this. And it's like, there are things that you're going to have to come up against. There's going to be battles where you're going to have to stick with your guns here and know what is right, even if it just hurts, even if it feels like a lot. You're going to have to do what you have to do to stand your ground, to get where you want to go, to push on. It's going to require a lot of calm perseverance when other people might be acting up and acting out. I would say it would actually be better for you to not use your sharp tongue and to not attack in this situation. I think that this will resolve itself, and that these people will, or this person, whatever this is, this situation is, will kind of peter itself out energy-wise, will show its own true colors to the audience. You know, this person might seem a hero right now, but soon, and you might be worried about how people will view this person, this situation, how it's really going to be judged by others, I don't know exactly what the situation involves for you, because for some of you, it could almost even be court. For some of you, it could be job situations where, you know, you're having to deal with somebody really difficult at work and that's trying to push you out. I don't know. Even friends that are just trying to bring you down. Something's trying to bring you down here, obviously. Somebody or something. And the best way to handle it is to not attack in the same way that they attacked you. Is to have the strength, the perseverance, having the magnanimity. I can never say that word right. It's so embarrassing. It's like one word and it makes me crazy that I can't say right. To have the maturity and authority in yourself and in your decisions, in who you are and the situation, and to kind of just carry the burden for a second. Yeah, let them yell, let them do what they're going to do, but they're just going to look stupid in a second when they actually have to, you know, put down the money, when they actually have to show up for what they are. And I think by taking the high road, not playing the game, it's almost like it wants you to do the opposite this month than play the game. And it's really tempting for you guys to play the game because you're going to win the game. But by going that opposite way that you've never gone before, which is maybe staying quiet and not playing the game, not getting into defensive mode, not using your stinger in the worst possible way, you know, going the high road, doing things the right way, doing things in a softer way, and knowing that that actually gains you more in the long run here. It's going to have you win. If you stay on the high road, if you are strong enough to hold on to these 10 wands, even though they're annoying, to deal with what you got to deal with, carry this burden a little bit further, they'll tire themselves out and they'll lose. Yeah. That's how you get yourself out of your devil situation. This is how you get yourself out of this illusory prison that you put yourself in, this illusory battle of wits. Yeah, it might have been there, but you break it by not playing it. I'm not going to play that game. Nope. Because you know what comes up here in your defining events? The defining event for you, and this feels so defining for me, is the Hermit. Being able to stay inside, keep quiet, take a step back, and not get involved in everything this month. It might be difficult, but especially with Mercury retrograde creeping up on February 17th until March 10th, you know, it's not a time to reach out. It's a time to let everybody else run themselves silly and make fools of themselves and mess it up. If you just stay in, if you just don't do anything, if you just watch and you learn and you take a step back and you do the healing, because you got your own healing to do. We already talked about that in the beginning. If you focus on that, focus on the opposite things, and even focus on things that you enjoy, I think that you're going to be fine. Because 9 of Cups, you're defining events with the Page of Cups. There's creativity, there's an abundance here. So if you are looking for new ideas, new ways to move forward, or just new loving energy, you know, this is, you know, the essence of water, essence of romance, essence of all that beauty and joy and creativity that water signs are known for, is what the page is. It also denotes often messages. And with that 9 of Cups and the Page of Cups, you might be receiving some messages or hearing something that is a dream come true for you. This is what you've been waiting for, and it's there, but you can't get involved in this in the way that you so desperately want to this month. This is a learning game for you. In a lot of ways, you have to learn how to act in a higher manner, how to stop acting out of hate and fear for the unknown, for maybe I'm going to lose, maybe this is going to be taken from me. This month asks you to step beyond that in a really amazing way. Let's pull some clarifiers. God, this is all a mess here, but yet it all makes sense. And I love it. Anything else that wants to come up this month in terms of advice and other things that might be going on? What will help you? What will hinder you? Wow. Only you guys would get a message like this, really? 10 of Swords and the King of Cups. And I knew the 10 of Swords was going to come out if I used this deck. I just knew it. But right next to it is you, Scorpio. The modified, grown, matured, elevated Scorpio. I've grown. I now see past hate. I now see past the darkness. I now see past who I was and how I used to approach things. How people want me to approach things, how people try to goad me and bait me into approaching things in a certain way. It's not going to happen that way, because I took a step beyond that and I became something more. And I showed you all that I'm not into that petty, you know, manipulative bullshit that everybody wants to say I'm about. No, I'm beyond that. I'm better than that. And I'm going to play the game right, because I'm stronger than you and I'm better than you. And because what I have to say is the truth, and I know it's going to turn out my way. It will. So stick through it. This may feel very painful this month. You may have to go through a lot of wounds, pulling out those swords and really addressing them, really feeling the swords in your back this month. But because you're a Scorpio, it just helps you to grow. Diving deep and, you know, really feeling that is only going to help you to grow more, because you're going to change in how you react to those 10 swords in your back. And that's what's really important this month. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna be done with the tarot now. Let's get some not some clarifiers. I always want to call these clarifiers. Some oracle cards. This is a very deep and spiritual month for you, but it has you going where you want to go. Just don't play other people's games. And if you want to feel sad, you really want to go deep, go really deep. Explore those feelings and then find a way out. Find the best way out, to release, to let go, to learn. You guys are amazing about that. And there's a lot that you're being tasked with this month. But, ooh, what's this card? I really want... Oh, my God. And again, this is exactly what you need this month. Silence. Before making a decision of power, move into that place of silence and serenity deep within you. Sit anywhere. Close your eyes and follow your breath in and out. On the third inhalation, take the breath down into your belly and locate your place of power just below your navel. Visualize your place of power holding the golden sun, a disk of radiant brilliance within you. Observe the silence like a deer in a meadow. If you are in pain, use your consciousness to find where that pain lives within your body. Then move into that pain and beyond it until you find the sources of silence. In this silence lives your sacred witness, that which sees all and knows all and is all that you are. Power is born within the silence. Power is born within the silence. And that's got to be the title of your video, right? All right, also that was the Power deck by Lynn V. Andrews that I just used. I'm going to pull a Halloween oracle as well for you. Scorpios, again, if you haven't, do make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate all the support, guys. Do make sure to check me out over on Instagram. We do posts and all sorts of fun stuff over there. Check out your yearly for 2020, big, huge messages, and as well as your monthlies. I'm doing the monthly love readings as well for February, so keep an eye out for those. Ooh, ghost, regret. Let's check it out. And yet, at the very bottom of the deck, I can't help but see that there's graveyard for unnecessary fear. Whatever you fear, know that it is unnecessary, okay? Let's read these messages. You might be afraid that you're going to regret something, but I don't think that you will. Ghost, regret. Let's see. Should the ghost come gliding into your life during divination, it may indicate that you have some regrets to let go of. Holding grudges or regrets is burdensome work and it weighs us down eventually. By taking actions to free ourselves of these old burdens, we clear the way for more rightful and wise action for the future. We can begin to live again fully if we let go of what was and step into new possibilities. And then we get graveyard, unnecessary fear. Pull this card and know that you fear unnecessarily. Things are not as they seem and you can overcome your obstacles. The anxieties you have, although real, should be put aside before they haunt you long term. Instead, trust that you know the correct next steps and that you will act upon them. All right. Scorpios, I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to check out your other monthlies for your other placements. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is always right below this video in the description box. And I am offering year ahead reads for a discounted price up until February 15th, and then I will not offer the 2020 reads anymore. So take advantage of that if you want to see your year ahead. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. Have a wonderful and blessed February, my beautiful Scorpios. Namaste.